The NSC meeting breaks up. Bush stays in the Situation Room and continues to work the phones, appealing to heads of state around the world, piecing together a global coalition.
From the beginning, it was important to have this not a country against another country, but the world community denouncing an aggressive attack.
The coalition against Saddam would have been unthinkable only a few years earlier, during the Cold War, and would have been impossible without the president's close ties to heads of state around the world, including leaders of Arab nations. America's close ally, the British, are already on board. Next, Bush secures the support of the Germans and French, then Turkey and Japan. From the Persian Gulf, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Syria all join the U.S. coalition.
Having the Arab states as part of the coalition was very important. It made it very clear that this was a very broad, unprecedented coalition.
With the president's diplomatic efforts beginning to pay off, on the fourth day of the crisis, members of the press note a difference in tone from the commander-in-chief. Bolder, more determined.
This will not stand. This will not stand, this aggression against Kuwait.
Mr. President, how can you and other world leaders prevent the installation of what you've termed a puppet government?
Just wait. Watch and learn.
Joint Chiefs Chairman Colin Powell sees the swagger too, and jokes that Bush may have just declared war on Iraq. 3 days later, George Bush makes his case to the American people as their commander-in-chief, laying out the moral imperative for stopping Saddam.
Today, as president, I ask for your support in the decision I've made to stand up for what's right and condemn what's wrong, all in the cause of peace. We seek the immediate, unconditional, and complete withdrawal of all Iraqi forces from Kuwait.
By late August, the president has pieced together a coalition of more than 20 nations. But the president's hardest call will be to America's closest ally in the region, Israel. The commander-in-chief knows Saddam will try to exploit decades of Arab-Israeli tensions to undermine the coalition. Bush must convince the Israelis to keep out of the conflict.
The person who made the decision was Yitzhak Shamir, a very good prime minister, who overruled his defense minister, Misha Aarons, and some of his other ministers. I think he understood that there was not much in it for the Israelis to be seen to be a part of this effort so that Saddam could portray it as an Arab-Israeli conflict.
Israel reluctantly agrees to sit out the unfolding crisis in the Persian Gulf, a diplomatic triumph. But one fear continues to haunt the president. If Saddam attacks Israel to draw them into the war, Israel wouldn't hesitate to strike back. It's a scenario that would not only destroy the coalition, but could throw the entire Middle East into all-out war. Days after the Iraqi invasion of Kuwait, the commander-in-chief deploys an additional 100,000 U.S. troops to Saudi Arabia to serve as an active deterrent to Saddam's aggression. But as soldiers from countries all over the world join the U.S.-led coalition army in the Persian Gulf, Bush receives intelligence that Saddam is using American civilians as human shields, protecting key military installations. The president records his outrage in his personal diary.
Saddam Hussein's disdain for international law strengthened my determination not to let the invasion stand and encouraged me to contemplate the use of force to reverse it.
As preparations for military action move forward, Saddam raises the stakes with his brazen action against U.S. citizens, practically daring the United States to attack. The crisis in the Gulf is reaching a tipping point, one that will force the commander-in-chief to make the defining decision of his presidency.